Have you ever noticed how happiness always seems just one step ahead of you? Like it's waiting on the other side of a promotion, a relationship, more money, a better body, or a future version of yourself that finally has it all. We tell ourselves, once I get there, I'll be happy. And yet, when we arrive, the feeling fades faster than we expected. I've seen this countless times. High achievers who reach their goals and feel strangely empty. People who check all the boxes society promised would bring joy, yet lie awake at night, wondering why something still feels missing. So, let me ask you a simple but uncomfortable question. What if the way we've been taught to chase happiness is the very thing keeping it away? Today, I want to explore the hidden truth about happiness. The part no one really talks about. Not the Instagram version. Not the motivational poster version. But the deeper, quieter truth that psychology, philosophy, and lived experience all point to. And if you stay with me until the end, you might discover that happiness isn't something you need to find at all. It's something you may have been unknowingly blocking. Imagine a man standing in the ocean, holding a cup. He keeps dipping it into the water, lifting it up, and complaining that it's never full enough. No matter how many times he scoops, the water spills out, evaporates, or slips through cracks he never noticed. That cup is how most of us treat happiness. Psychologically, we're wired to adapt. The human brain has a built-in mechanism called hedonic adaptation. It means that no matter how good or bad something is, we eventually get used to it. The new car becomes just a car. The dream job becomes routine. The relationship becomes familiar. So when we base happiness on outcomes, we unknowingly attach it to something temporary. Here's the hidden truth. Happiness is not a permanent emotional state. It never was. Philosophers understood this long before modern psychology confirmed it. The Stoics warned that tying our peace to external conditions makes us fragile. Buddhism teaches that attachment is the root of suffering. Even Aristotle believed happiness, eudaimonia, was less about feeling good and more about living well. Yet modern culture tells us the opposite. It says happiness is a destination, a reward, a finish line. But happiness doesn't live in the future. It lives in how you relate to the present. Think about a child laughing, not because everything in life is perfect, but because they're fully inside the moment. No mental negotiation. No comparison. No, I'll be happy when. As adults, we lose that not because life gets harder, but because our minds get louder. Another hidden truth is this. Happiness isn't the absence of negative emotions. We often believe that to be happy, we must eliminate sadness, anxiety, boredom, or fear. But that belief creates a constant internal battle. Every uncomfortable emotion becomes a problem to fix instead of a signal to understand. Psychology shows us that emotional resilience, not constant positivity, is what predicts long-term well-being. People who report the deepest sense of fulfillment aren't those who avoid pain. They're the ones who allow it without letting it define them. Imagine life as a weather system. Happiness isn't clear skies forever. It's learning how to live fully through storms, clouds, and sunlight alike. There's a powerful paradox here. The more you try to control how you feel, the less happy you become. I once worked with someone who said, "I just want to be happy all the time." What they really meant was, I don't want to feel discomfort. But discomfort isn't the enemy. Avoiding it is. Growth, meaning, and depth all require friction. Muscles don't grow without resistance. Wisdom doesn't form without experience. And happiness, real happiness, doesn't exist without contrast. Now let's talk about comparison, because this might be one of the biggest happiness killers of our time. We live in an era where we constantly measure our internal world against other people's highlight reels. And the brain isn't designed for that. It interprets comparison as a threat. Every time you think, they're doing better than me, your nervous system reacts as if something is wrong with you. But here's the hidden truth. Happiness isn't a competition, and it's not relative in the way we think. Someone else's success doesn't subtract from your capacity for meaning. Someone else's joy doesn't invalidate your struggles. When you stop measuring your life against imagined standards, something interesting happens. You create space, and in that space, peace has room to grow. Another overlooked truth about happiness is that it often arrives quietly. We expect fireworks, big moments, intense emotion, but most genuine happiness feels subtle. A sense of okayness, a calm breath, a moment of presence. Think of sitting with someone you trust in silence, or doing meaningful work without needing applause, or feeling tired at the end of a day that mattered. That's happiness too, but we miss it because we're waiting for something louder. Psychologically, this is called attentional bias. We focus on what's missing instead of what's already here. Try this experiment tonight. Don't change anything about your life. Just notice one moment you'd normally rush past. A sip of water, a stretch, a deep breath. See how different life feels when you're actually inside it. And finally, here's the truth that changes everything. Happiness isn't something you pursue. It's something you allow. It emerges when your values align with your actions, when you live in integrity with yourself, when you stop performing and start being honest about what matters to you. Motivation comes not from chasing happiness, but from building a life that feels meaningful, even when it's hard. People who feel fulfilled don't ask, "Am I happy?" every day. They ask, "Am I living in a way that feels true?" And the irony is, happiness often follows as a side effect. So here's what I want you to take with you as this video ends. Happiness is not hiding from you. It's not locked behind achievement, perfection, or someone else's approval. The hidden truth about happiness is that it's less about changing your life and more about changing how you meet it. It's found in acceptance, presence, meaning, and self-honesty, in allowing emotions instead of fighting them, in letting go of comparisons and unrealistic expectations, in realizing that a full life includes discomfort, and that doesn't make it a failure. So tonight, ask yourself one powerful question. Where am I postponing my happiness by waiting for something external to change? And then ask another, what small moment can I fully inhabit today without needing it to be more than it is? If this message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. Share it with someone who might need it. And most importantly, practice it not perfectly, but gently, because happiness isn't a destination you reach someday. It's a relationship you build, moment by moment, and you can begin right now.